District 15 was consolidated more than 70 years ago. Since its founding, we have become a destination district for our academic and social-emotional initiatives, as well as leading the way in literacy and culturally responsive practices. While we are incredibly proud of the work we've done academically, little attention or funding has been given to the operational foundation of the district, our 20 school buildings. Our decades-old boundary lines no longer meet our community's needs. Many of our schools are overcrowded while others are currently underutilized. This has created a variety of issues at our schools and for our community. We can no longer afford to ignore this problem. We see these issues as opportunities for our district. Improving boundary lines and enhancing facilities will help staff support students' academic and social-emotional needs and address concerns that the community has brought forth for decades. Realigning school boundaries is never easy. The outcome of this process will result in widespread improvements for everyone in District 15, not just for today's students, but for generations to come.
For the students, really, they're at the center of everything that we're proposing. We began probably 6 months of very deep and technical work in terms of looking at our current population, how populations age, how some neighborhoods are overcrowded at one point and at 10 years later they're undercrowded, and just looking really deeply at the community and pockets of students and how best to utilize our facilities.
Over the past 3 years, with input from community members, district leaders, and our elected Board of Education members, we've identified high-value priorities that speak to the community's desires and the district's commitments.
We looked at boundary lines. We got to a very granular level. We did that work in conjunction with all other facility work because we want to bring forward a package to the board and the community that's going to address all of our facility needs. We want to fix the problem once and for all, while also then bring some modernization to the facilities.
Through this process, District 15 identified goals we will achieve, all while keeping fiscal stewardship at the forefront of our decision-making.
There really isn't a curriculum made for half-day kindergarten, and that's the biggest struggle. Here we have this beautiful program. It is wonderful, and it's made for a full-day kindergarten. We are trying to make it fit into a half-day program.
We will expand our half-day kindergarten into a full-day program, following the lead of many surrounding school districts, and implement a middle school structure that will support academic and social-emotional development for students.
Currently, our system is set up where we have elementary schools that are K-6 and 4 junior highs that are 7th and 8th grade. When you only have them for a couple years, it becomes very difficult to make those connections with the kids.
We will ensure all students have access to a neighborhood or near neighborhood school by creating a consistent flow from elementary to middle to high school.
So within our current boundaries, we have neighborhoods that are being split between 2 junior highs and also within 2 to 3 high schools. I'd love to see students have relationships that last a lifetime. With our current boundaries, students are separated at junior high and then again at high school.
We will balance enrollment to ensure no schools are overcrowded or underutilized.
The current boundaries in School District 15 are set in such a way that some students are attending schools that are very close to their homes, and other students are needing to ride on buses to get to schools that are further from their homes, even if it means passing a school along the way. This leads to schools that are either being underutilized, or we have spaces that are so overcrowded in our district that students are limited in the things that they can have access to.
Decades ago, programs were distributed based on population. While the population has changed, those programs have remained in the same buildings. By redistributing programs across the district, we can ensure equitable access for gifted learners, special education, and multilingual students.
We've gone from hundreds of bilingual students to thousands. I think our program would be more equitable if we were able to ensure that our students were able to receive programming at a school that's closest to their home, with their neighborhood friends, and in a place where their parents can actively participate in their education and be part of the school community.
What started as a project to readjust District 15 boundaries has unlocked a world of possibilities for our students. Our community has asked for these changes, and we have listened. Today, we can make our community's dream become a reality.